Hello, and thank you for tuning in to CNN Breaking News. We begin this hour with breaking news regarding the nuclear energy sector. There have been reports coming in from the Reliability First grid where there were a series of unexplained emergency shutdowns, or scrams, at nuclear facilities within the Pennsylvania and New Jersey area. The Peach Bottom Atomic Power Station in Pennsylvania was the first to report the incident just after 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Officials say that there were no seismic or atmospheric disturbances recorded in the area, leaving many puzzled as to what triggered the automatic failsafe within the nuclear power plant.
What appears to be concerning there was the fact that this isn't just within Peach Bottom. More nuclear plants followed by minutes after the alert, 3 Mile Island, Limerick, and Salem Nuclear Generating Station also went to near-identical scram alert as seen in Peach.
The following message is transmitted at the request of local and federal authorities within Ambler, Pennsylvania. At 6:17 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, an automatic scram alert was triggered at Limerick Generating Station. Workers within the plant reported no seismic activities, power fluctuation, or technical commands as to what caused the shutdown. Other nuclear power plants nearby, not limited to Peach Bottom Atomic Power Station, 3 Mile Island Nuclear Generating Station, and Salem Nuclear Generating Station, also reported unexplained scram alerts. Authorities are currently investigating the origin and the cause of these incidents. There has been no confirmed radiation leak at this time. Citizens are advised to stay alert on the unfolding situation, especially those who are within a 15-mile radius of the plant. Do not evacuate at this time, unless directed by emergency officials, and avoid overloading emergency hotlines. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further details and information about the situation.
This is NOAA weather radio station KEC 94, broadcasting on a frequency of 162.550 MHz from the National Weather Service in Phoenix, Arizona, serving south-central Arizona. The current time is now 3:45 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Here is the 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time observations for the Buckeye area: sunny skies, temperature 109 degrees Fahrenheit, humidity at 22%, with winds out of the southwest.
This message is being transmitted at the request of the Arizona Department of Emergency and Military Affairs and the U.S. Department of Energy. At approximately 3:46 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, a scram event, reminiscent of the scram alerts worldwide over the past 10 hours, was triggered at the Palo Verde Nuclear Generating Station. However, authorities now confirm that pressure loss and fluid leaks have been reported around Reactor 2 of the plant, as well as localized radioactive contamination in maintenance corridors. There are also reports that a blackout also occurred within monitoring stations on and near the nuclear plant. Due to the unfolding incident, which was the first time that a leak had also occurred alongside the scram alert, the U.S. Department of Energy now declares a Level 3 nuclear coordination emergency, the first since the 2011 Fukushima incident. It has also ordered that nuclear fission facilities within the entire western grid be shut down as a precautionary measure. At this time, if you are within a 30-mile radius of the incident, you are advised to remain indoors, and if you are outside, seek shelter. FEMA and National Guard units were also deployed to the Palo Verde region. Do not approach the Palo Verde site or evacuate unless otherwise directed. Furthermore, avoid using cellular communications for non-emergency communication, and prepare for potential power disruptions or broadcast interruptions. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further details about this unfolding situation.
Dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare because all of these people are coming in. They're putting them on Medicare.
At approximately 9:11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, sensors within the Perry nuclear power plant in Ohio recorded an unprecedented chain reaction in Reactor Unit 1. It is despite shutdown protocols being already been initiated hours earlier. The reactor core superheated and breached containment, defying all expectations, and causing the entire upper structure to collapse inward. Seconds later, the reactor detonated. It has been confirmed that radioactive material was detected airborne. In addition, numerous nuclear power plants across the entire northeastern United States also reported reactor detonations. All individuals within a 50-mile radius of the Perry nuclear power plant must seek shelter immediately. Seal all windows. Turn off and do not use HVAC systems. If possible, go underground. Do not evacuate. Roads are congested, and radioactive fallout exposure is imminent outdoors. Due to the magnitude of the incident, the presidential debate is therefore cancelled, and all networks will now switch to emergency broadcasts.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Kentucky State Department in conjunction with the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Department of Homeland and National Security. This is not a test. While Kentucky has no nuclear facilities within the state, the ongoing incidents of reactor meltdowns and detonations in nuclear power plants outside the state pose a threat to all Americans. As at 9:26 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, every nuclear reactor in the United States has reported scram alerts, and over 70% of all nuclear reactors have reported catastrophic detonations. Due to the incidents, radioactive fallout will begin detonation within the next 24 to 72 hours of the detonations, depending on weather and jet stream conditions. Effective immediately, all citizens are advised to begin stockpiling emergency supplies, such as food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a flashlight, and a battery-powered radio, for a minimum of 2 weeks. Seek indoor shelter, preferably within basements and away from windows. If you do not have this safe shelter, evacuate to the nearest evacuation facility, preferably by foot to prevent traffic. Avoid unnecessary travel. Do not travel to other states. Fallout is spreading rapidly inward towards Kentucky and the entire contiguous United States. Always stay tuned to emergency broadcasts for further details regarding the unfolding situation.
Une situation d'urgence sanitaire extrême se développe actuellement dans tout le pays. Les autorités et les scientifiques réagissent à l'intensification des alertes SCRAM automatiques et injustifiées, c'est-à-dire des explosions de réacteurs nucléaires dans les centrales nucléaires. L'anomalie de la centrale, déclenchée quelques heures auparavant par des alertes SCRAM automatiques, s'est intensifiée et a entraîné des explosions de réacteurs nucléaires suite à des réactions en chaîne incontrôlables au sein des cœurs des réacteurs, provoquant une surchauffe et une détonation. Ces réactions en chaîne, dont la cause exacte n'a pas encore été identifiée, ont débuté par des arrêts d'urgence de l'ensemble du système, des fluctuations de pression du liquide de refroidissement, et des défaillances de capteurs défiant toute explication technique. À 3h45 est, pas moins de 11 réacteurs ont subi une défaillance totale de leur confinement, puis des explosions, en raison des réactions en chaîne incontrôlables qui se sont produites au sein des cœurs des réacteurs nucléaires. Le ministère de la Transition écologique, Électricité de France et les forces armées françaises ont également confirmé qu'il ne s'agissait pas d'un événement terrestre, et qu'il affectait donc tous les réacteurs nucléaires à l'échelle mondiale. Des organismes scientifiques internationaux, tels que le CERN, l'EA et la NASA, supposent que le phénomène est dû à un rayonnement cosmique inconnu. Plus inquiétant encore, les réacteurs en chaîne à l'origine des détonations se produisent également dans des installations nucléaires en maintenance, ou arrêtées préventivement. Les détonations ont déjà libéré d'importantes quantités de retombées nucléaires dans l'atmosphère à Belleville, Bugey, Civaux, Cattenom, Choux, Crua, Golfech, Flamanville, Méjean, Saint-Alban et Tricastin. Ces panaches radioactifs devraient atteindre Paris, Lyon et Marseille d'ici quelques heures, voire quelques minutes. Il est conseillé aux citoyens se trouvant dans un rayon de 200 km de toute installation nucléaire connue de se confiner immédiatement et de respecter les consignes suivantes: rester chez soi. Fermez toutes les fenêtres. N'utilisez pas le système de chauffage, de ventilation et de climatisation, ni aucun système de ventilation ouvert. Si possible, évacuez vers un bunker ou un sous-sol. N'évacuez que sur ordre des autorités locales. Ne vous approchez pas, et ne filmez aucune installation nucléaire, en aucune circonstance. Le gouvernement français invoque désormais le plan hors-sec nucléaire généralisé. Dans ce cadre, toutes les ressources disponibles sont redirigées vers les opérations de mise à l'abri des civils, le confinement des radiations par l'armée, le déploiement d'hôpitaux et de centres de triage, et l'évacuation des zones de population clés dans des conditions contrôlées. Cette catastrophe est d'une gravité extrême. Que le peuple français endure.
This message was sent amid cataclysmic events that have wreaked havoc within nuclear reactors all over the world. At 2:15 Coordinated Universal Time, astrophysicists at CERN, NASA, and JAXA confirmed that an unprecedented flux of exotic high-energy particles, previously unrecorded in any observational history and never before seen over the last eon, has penetrated the Earth's magnetic field over the past 27 hours. These particles, caused by cosmic particle intrusion, appear to interact exclusively with nuclear fissile material, destabilizing neutron regulation systems in nuclear reactors and even nuclear fission-related objects regardless of the reactor shielding or operational status. What is even more terrifying there is that these cosmic particles don't decay at all. It also decays fission chain reactions inside nuclear fuel rods, bypassing SCRAM and control systems entirely without warning. Therefore, these unexplained SCRAM alerts, nuclear facility leaks, and sensor malfunctions indeed are the result of the interaction of cosmic particle intrusion. This phenomenon is completely unpredictable at all. Furthermore, our solar observatories, neutrino detectors, and atmospheric monitors missed it, since the particles themselves are of an orthodox signature. Due to this discovery, we also found evidence that any nuclear fission material that hasn't detonated yet is at risk. Severe risk. There are tendencies that even all the nuclear weapons that are stockpiled right now might blow up and cause even more harm. Even the decommissioned nuclear reactors, military warhead silos, research reactors, and the spent fuel pools are vulnerable to this anomaly. In addition, the experimental nuclear fusion facilities have shown anomalies similar to the fission ones, therefore they have to be shut down as a precaution. This event, again, was never before seen in history. It's 1 in 1 billion, or even 1 in tens of billions. Our reminder to world governments, this incident of nuclear power plant meltdowns and spontaneous reactor detonations is not a cyber attack nor a sabotage. Therefore, to all governments, institutions, and citizens of Earth, we must now abandon all efforts to restart or secure the remaining nuclear fission reactors. Second, we must reallocate all our efforts to containment procedures, medical aid, and civilian relocation. The entire Earth's biomass is at inevitable risk of nuclear fallout due to the detonations. The people must be evacuated now. What can we all do now is international cooperation to preserve the long-term survival of the human race. We can conclude that is not the end of the world as we know it, rather, the end of the nuclear world.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. Emergency broadcast is being interrupted to bring you this message. At approximately 7:33 p.m. Central Daylight Time, the Department of Energy, Federal Emergency Management Agency, and the Texas Emergency Management Division confirmed elevated airborne radiation levels detected across the following counties: Hayes, Caldwell, Bastrop, Travis, Williamson, Cummel, Guadalupe, Bexar, Burnett, and Blanco. The radiation levels detected in these counties are above critical thresholds, and are expected to rise further over the next few days due to atmospheric fallout moving southward from the Comanche Peak Nuclear Power Plant reactor detonation site. All remaining residents of the United States are advised to remain indoors at this time, immediately. If you are outdoors and exposed, remove outer clothing, wash skin and hair thoroughly with safe, clean water if available, and isolate contaminated clothing in sealed containers. Radioactive fallout exposure is fatal within hours without proper shelter. Seal all doors, windows, and ventilation points using plastic sheeting, duct tape, towels, or clothing to minimize fallout exposure. Proceed to the lowest level of your building or basement, away from windows and doors. Turn off HVAC systems immediately, if not turned off earlier. Do not evacuate, unless explicitly instructed by state authorities. Roads remain highly congested due to car wreckages, and emergency services are at a hard time navigating to various places, and open travel increases exposure, hence evacuation is not plausible. Also take note that the power grid is highly unstable due to poor integrity since nuclear reactors and nuclear power plants have been destroyed, alongside radioactive fallout severely decreasing the capacity of non-nuclear power plants due to hazards, disrupting the power supply. Expect rolling blackouts and brownouts statewide and nationwide. Tap water is not safe for drinking or washing due to radioactive fallout causing contamination in the water supply. Only use bottled or sealed water for supplies. Hospitals within the Austin metro area, as also seen in other cities, are operating in limited capacity and use it only for life-threatening emergencies. In the meantime, remain calm. Do not panic. Stay indoors. Seal your shelter. Protect your family. May God help you us all.